What's your take on that, man? Do you think religion has a place in the new scheme of things, man?
Religion has a place in the fact that it gives man a higher power than himself.
Right.
Just as government basically forms a system of freedom in which allows you to do whatever you want to do, but you've got to pay the consequences of doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Religion is a moral foothold that kind of keeps man in some. It's the lowest level of a social
Keeps man in check.
construction.
Right.
In other words, you can't just have chaos.
Right.
I think that's one of the reasons that a lot of times people that are Satanologists or into
Right.
Satanism and stuff
Mm-hmm.
are often associated with very chaotic things, anarchy and
Right.
chaos, because the very purpose of religion is the lowest form of order, some type of social structure, some type of rules. Without order, you really don't have a lot of life. Nothing is chaotic. You might want to say the whole universe is chaotic and we all came from a giant explosion and stuff like that. But even the universe, as in its most chaotic state, is governed by laws of physics. The religion of the universe is physics. If you could give it a name, everything has to comply to a law. Everything has a state that is higher than itself that gives it form and structure. Without religion, I don't know if we would necessarily be where we are now, because it did give us a good foothold and a structure and a base in which to build our modern laws and the Constitution.
Can technology provide that new religion? Can that take over and give us that new foothold? You think that can be the core of everybody's values? Because basically that's what I'm seeing now, really. Seeing technology is basically the core value, especially as society is concerned. We're a society that, we worship technology.
Yeah, we pretty much worship technology.
That's right. Can it replace the old paradigm, the old religious, spiritual, internal, godlike?
I think way off in the future, it probably will.
Mm-hmm.
I do see a lot more people getting away from religion as a whole. I think a lot of people will strive and want to know how and why, but I don't think it'll be tied to necessarily religion as we know it today.
Mm-hmm.
You got to remember, the greatest religions way back in the past lasted for thousands of years. Sun gods and this god of the ocean and that god of the sun and blah, blah, blah. They believed strongly in those religions. They would sacrifice for those religions. They would go to war for that religion, for their God. And they lasted so many thousands of years. So how can we say that religion as we know it now, Buddhism and Christianity and things like that, are even going to be around in another 1,000 years?
Mm-hmm.
History would show us that it probably won't be. And once you get away from the primitive beliefs of, the God's going to punish me for looking at my neighbor's wife wrong,
Right.
The next best thing to religion, as far as a belief system, a way of living our lives, is technology and the laws of the government. I believe that the government and the laws of the government that you live in will become, along with technology, basically your own religion, because both of those things are higher powers in one sense. That technology is a tool to reach a higher state. Technology is a tool that makes a blind man see. Technology is the tool that makes the paralyzed walk, or will make the paralyzed walk.
Man, that's the new Jesus, man.
And yeah, that exactly. You know, way back when, if I was paralyzed, I pray.
Right.
I mean, as people do now, and I pray, to use the term, that I'll never be paralyzed.
Right.
But in the future, which will inevitably come, when people are paralyzed and they go to their doctor and he's, slaps a few wires here and there and they're walking, you'll see a lot less faith in the mere idea of praying to a God. It'll be more of, what new device can I get? And with that advance in science and religion, we get a lot less. That advance in science, not religion, we get a lot less dependency on beliefs and things that we cannot see and have no effect on us. Yeah.
Well, check it out. I want to ask you about. I've had a debate with other people about this. Right? Do you think that there should be mandatory prayer in schools? Because everybody's talking about this society, how demonic it's becoming. A lot of people have blamed that on the lack of faith in God, and probably they said that due to the fact we live in this new technological society where God is a mute point, right? They said we need to have mandatory prayer in schools. They want to legislate that. What do you think about that?
No, I don't believe there should be mandatory prayer in school. Remember, religion is a belief.
Right.
It is not a fact. If that's the case, there's many facts. There's many different religious leaders and beliefs and things like that to go around for anybody.
Okay.
In this day and age, you can pretty much even invent your own religion if you want.
Right.
And mandatorily making someone believe in something is absolutely wrong. It really takes away a value that I somewhat uphold. Even the great Christian religions uphold is free will.
Right.
You've got to be free to make your decisions in your life, to be a human being. You can't make someone believe in something and make them do anything. And I don't believe that's I don't believe it's good for any country, any society to make people believe in something. You got to realize society and your government and the country that you live in is your belief system as well. That's why I said earlier, governments will pretty much be the new religion, because government is your way of life, is your belief system. That is your religion, the country you live in, and its Bible is that country's constitution. And so I cannot, and within our own constitution, our own Bible, as it were, or will be, it says that you will have freedom of religion. You can choose to practice that or not, but nobody can make you practice it. Nobody can make you believe in God or technology even for anything.
And nobody's saying that you can't pray in schools either.
Nobody's saying that you can't pray. Nobody's saying that your child cannot sit at his desk when he first gets in and do a quick 10-second, 30-second prayer to himself.
Right.
Nobody's forcing you to stop praying. They're just saying that they won't. The state and publicly supported schools and institutions will not devote a section of time for religious purposes. That's not a separation of church and state. And I really do believe that is essential to the survival of a society, and especially the United States, is separating church and state. You can have all the belief systems that you want, but you're living in a society that has its own belief system, its own rules. Sometimes those rules do not necessarily go with what religion wants. But remember, no one's religion is the supreme religion. And as far as I know, no one religion can claim that it's truly fact. that this is the one and only religion that's going to save you and from those evil, fiery depths of hell. No one religion can truly say that with absolute, complete certainty. Every religion can say that with absolute, complete faith and belief,
Right.
but not with fact.
So, well, man, that was tight, man. We're gonna sign off, for a few, man. But before we go,